Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
Good morning. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including live right now on my YouTube channel. So if you're getting out of the car, you can just check that out and join in, and you can actually see me and my guests. But if you're listening in the car, just go ahead and enjoy this hashtag positively opinionated host who is trying to get you to feel as good as you possibly can right now on the way to wherever you are going. And yes, this is a show about hope and happiness. I am your host, Dr. Marissa. I was actually introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah, in case you were wondering about that little honorable moniker that I had. I was introduced by Michael Bernard Beckwith, who is a friend of hers and an Oprah 100 lister and part of the Super Soul Sunday series. And it is his birthday. Actually, it was his birthday yesterday, but I wanted to just wish my big brother a very, very happy birthday, a man that inspires and creates leaders, not followers. So, happy birthday, dear Michael Bernard Beckwith, my big brother who saw me as I am. Happy birthday to you. I love him so much. If you haven't already heard this story, the reason why I call him my big brother is when I first found Agape, which is Agape International Spiritual Center that he founded. And those of you may know Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith from The Secret. He was one of the teachers from The Secret. He had dreadlocks then. Now he's got a nice, shiny head. But I remember finding him 12 and a half years ago. And I was in a world of hurt. I was finding out how much I would have to pay my husband in court. It was a pretty ugly battle, custody, divorce. I was in a world of hurt from revisiting all the pain that I grew up with. And it's very common if you're a childhood trauma survivor and thriver, we often pick people to marry or become a relationship tied to, till death do us part, with those who are similar to what we grew up with. So I grew up with a message that I was fat, ugly, and clumsy, that I was unlovable, unloving, and unloved. And so I picked a man who who didn't really love me, but I thought if I could just make him love me, it would cure and resolve and heal all of my brokenness from my past. And it didn't work. And so it finally took me, my sentence was 9.2 years. And that's why chapter 4 in my best-selling book, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are, is focused on out of hatred into love, and out of hatred into forgiveness, out of heartbreak into love. And that book actually is not me as a psychologist telling you how to be happy. I am an organizational psychologist, but it is me as one of the majority of us who've had childhood trauma and are continuing to think there's something wrong with us, or we'll never get ahead, or we're not worthy, or we're not good enough, which is really kind of amazing because we're the majority. So it led me on my own journey to find out and one of my docents, and my teacher who really could see past my past pain was Michael Bernard Beckwith, which is why I call him my big brother. So there's a little inside look in case you stumble upon my show and you're not quite sure who Dr. Marissa is and why she is called the Asian Oprah. Now you know why. And that's the What's Up, Doc portion of this show. I am also going to share with you in the second segment, the question of the day is around parenting. And I have a little program called Balanced Parenting. And yesterday I was asked on another show by the host how to deal with kids who just don't do their chores, or kids who know they shouldn't leave their clothes and do, or kids who don't do the dishes even when you ask them ad nauseum, because they're actually participating in my 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. So that's why that question came up. So I'll be answering that in the second segment. And in the third segment, as I continue to highlight what's good about our community, what's good, what's with people and what's going on, and politicians and police, and seeing the positive things that are being done and balancing out all the negative things that are shown on mainstream media. I have a wonderful guest who's coming to talk about the Orange County the Orange County Equity Map. And I learned in that interview that I was limiting all of the work that they're doing in OC Advance. So stay tuned for that. And for the rest of this first segment, I'm going to bring you some highlights of this wonderful time I had covering another news event. Some of you know I do freelance for a New York news agency, and I get to go cover things. And those things that I deem absolutely as aligned with my message of hope and happiness, I like to show you. So enjoy my interview with the mayor of Lynwood, as well as the winner of the time capsule, just a delightful 6-year-old. So enjoy.
My name is Marissa Santana, and I am your Centennial mayor, and I'm very proud to stand up here before all of you. First of all, please give yourselves all a round of applause for being here, for making it through a really, really difficult year, and for being a part of Lynwood history.
Good evening, this is Dr. Marissa reporting live. You know me as the Asian Oprah, and you know I cover what's right about the world, what's right about our community. Today is no exception. I'm here in Lynwood, and I have another mayor with me. So, please introduce yourself and what's going on.
Hi, my name is Marissa Santana. I am the mayor of the city of Lynwood here in California.
Now, this is 100-year celebration for this city. The fact that you came from this community, you are a voice of the community. It's obvious from the turnout that people care. What is the message to those who live in Lynwood who feel neglected? What can they hope for? How do you want them to get involved?
Okay. Well, first of all, I like to tell people that we need to stop focusing on the past. We can't change the past. We can't unlive the past. But we can change the future. We can focus on the good things. Put our energy on the good things. Put our energy on what we can change. And that's not just here in Lynwood, that's all around the world. You know, so many of us, we focus on things that we can't change.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yes. So we need to focus on what we can change.
Yeah.
Because how are we going to stress out and lose sleep and lose, and let those things, how do I say, dampen the light and the fight in you? You can't. So you might as well stay positive and fight to change what we can change. You can't, control what you can change.
Good evening. My name's Dr. Marissa. You know me as the Asian Oprah. I'm here in Lynwood on their 100th anniversary, and there was a competition for someone to put something in the time capsule, and this is the winner. So what's your name?
Freddie.
And what did you do to get that beautiful award?
I Well, I keep on forgetting, but my mom took pictures and we put it in a collage.
And why was that important?
Because I could win the time capsule.
You won, and is that what it is? You want to show that to the camera? Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
Do you know that you can do anything you put your mind and heart to?
Yes.
Good. Don't you ever forget that. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be NBA.
NBA player? All right, let's see it. Peace. Peace in, peace out. Can you do that? Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Thank you. Can I have a hug? Yeah. Thank you.
I do hope you enjoyed those little clips, and we'll be right back with more. Take my advice, I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we're back. You're tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Audible, my YouTube channel, Real Time, and KCAAradio.com. So I hope you have been enjoying the show. Please do connect with me on social media. I am everywhere. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, all as Dr. Marissa Pay, and on Instagram as Doc Balance, even on TikTok, but don't tell my daughters, as Dr. Marissa 8. So enjoy as I don't limit my splattering of more hope and happiness to just this show, but all over the place, because I want you to be happy 88% of the time. Why 88 and not 100? Because if it's 100% happy, you're dead. We need the contrast. So that's why I also cut you some break. 8's a lucky number in Chinese. I know you're not watching, just listening right now, but if you go to my YouTube channel and see this show after the fact, or even now, you'll see that I am Asian. And I'm Chinese in particular with a dash of Mongolian, so don't piss me off. And 8 is a lucky number in Mandarin. It is a homonym for good fortune. And that's why I do double 88, because it is your good fortune to be happy. And to help with that, today's question of the day surrounds parenting. How do you become a happier parent when you're constantly having to remind your children to wash the dishes, pick up their clothes, take out the trash? It's a simple thing. You would think that the kids would want to be part of the family or even make money. I said, the deal with an allowance is if you do those things, but they never do it until I yell at them, and then I'm really angry, and then it's like, forget it, I'm not going to give you the money, but you promised, but they didn't do it, and it's just this world of hurt on a daily basis. So I'm going to actually take you through the 4 agreements for kids that I put together with my children. This actual program is described in a book, actually, from a friend of mine, Melody Beatty. She wrote about myself and my kids anonymously because I was going through a difficult divorce at the time, but it's called Making Miracle in 40 Days. So you'll want to pick up that book by Melody Beatty. I'm Dr. Joie or Dr. Joy in that book. But I thought I would share with you this 4 agreements for kids. If you have kids from probably the ages of, with my parent coaching clients, I've started kids as young as 3 because they do understand, they begin to understand consequences and wanting to be a part of. And so you can start as young as that and as old as, let's see, how old are my kids now? 21 and 23. You can start it at any time. So if you've got older kids come home to live with you because of COVID, you can start this at any time. So what it is, it's 4 agreements that you make with your children. You might even want to make this with your insignificant other if things are not going well for you. Just kidding. The agreements are as follows. And you can, change the words, whatever makes it relevant for you and your kids. And you sit down and you also have to follow these agreements so that it is not hypocritical. And the first one is be respectful. So by being respectful, we mean what you say what you mean, and